Okay, so good evening everyone. Today is your task 4 class of the Python developer. Okay, so first of all, I'll give you description and responsibility of your task 4. Then I'll show you the code. Okay, so you have to create a calculator application. Okay, so the description is the intern will build a simple command line calculator application in Python, and your responsibility is to design the user interface for the calculator using Python input function, and you have to implement functions for basic arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, and you have to handle user input validation to ensure the calculator behaves predictably. Okay, so this is your task 4. You have to make a simple Python calculator by using the GUI. Okay, by using the Tinter library. So for this, first of all, you have to install the necessary libraries into your desktop. So you have to go on the terminal part and you have to write pip install Tinter. Then you have to write pip install pil. Okay. So after successfully installing your libraries, then you have to go in Jupyter and you have to import these library into your Jupyter notebook. So first is your Tinter. So this is a standard Python interface to the TKGUI toolkit. Okay. And second is your PIL. PIL is basically a pillow. This is a Python imaging library that adds image processing capabilities to your Python interpreter. Okay. And here image TK and image are used to handle and display images in Tinter. Okay. So first you have to import the necessary libraries for your program. Then you have to make a function to initialize your calculator. So this is your first function, which is init underscore calculator. So here rt equal tk, this is used for initializing the main application window. You have to initialize your main application window. Okay. Then here rt dot title. Okay, this is for setting your title of your calculator, which is your basic calculator. Like this is your title of your Jupyter. So that is why like this is similar in the similar form. Here it will going to be as a basic calculator in our calculator application. Then we have to load the icon file into your Jupyter notebook. So for this you have to use icon bitmap. See, this is your Jupyter icon, and here in similar way we have to set the icon of our calculator. So this is your icon file. You have to set the Windows icon, change the path to your icon file. Okay, here you have to change the path of your icon file. And now comes the rt.geometry. This is for setting the size of your window. So this is the size of your window, which is 300 into 430. Okay. Now we'll load the background image to our application. So by using the image tk.photo image, here this function you have to use, and inside the parenthesis you have to mention the location of your background file. Okay, you have to change your path. Okay, you have to change path inside here of your file. Okay, of your background image. These all images and icon bitmap are in your Google Drive link. You have to install it from there, or if you want different icon file or different background file, then you can use your. Okay, now comes the vision, this label. So basically this create a label widget to hold the background image. Okay, then comes the dot place. Here it will place the background image at the top left corner of the window. By using x equals 0 and y equals 0, it will place the background image at the top left corner of the window. Okay, now comes the entry widget. So this is your entry widget. This is for creating an entry widget for the user to input numbers. And second is your e.grid. This is for placing the entry widget in the grid layout of the window. Okay, now we'll load our images of our background of our calculator. Okay, so here you have to make a dictionary mapping button labels, okay, to their corresponding images file. So one corresponding file is this. You have to mention the location. All these files are present in your bulk drive link, you have to use this function and you have to mention your all file here, all file location here of the background of these things. Okay, now you have to create a button click function. Okay, so for this, here you will append the clicked number. This will append the clicked number to the current entry. Okay, so this is for button click number. It will show the current number, and yes, so it will fetch the current number that you're going to add. So, and these are the arithmetic function, which is add, sub, division. So you have to make a arithmetic functions too for your arithmetic operation. So this is for add. In this, in all of this, it will store the first number and operation type. So its operation type is addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. So all this function will store the first number and operation type. Then it will clear the entry. Okay, so this is how it works. Now comes the function of equal. So equal, this button equal basically perform the stored operation. Okay, if your stored operation is addition, then it will perform this. If subtraction, then it will perform this. Okay, so it will perform the stored operation with the second number. Okay, with the second number, and display the result, and it will display you the result. Okay, then comes the clear button. So clear button will clear the entry widget. What is widget? Widget is basically label where you can type, or input your number. Okay. Now comes the defining function. Now we have to define a function. So for this you have to again make a dictionary mapping button labels. Okay, to their grid position and command. So these are their grid position. You have to define your buttons. Okay, if you click on 1 2 3 4 5 any of this number, then button click function will work in the background. If you click any of this, then their respective functions will work in the background. Okay, and this is your button and grid. This will create and place each button in the grid layout. Okay, this function. Now we have to keep a reference to our images. So rt.images equal images, keep a reference to the images to prevent them from being garbage collected. Okay, and at the last, which is rt.main loop. This will start the tinker event loop, displaying the window and waiting for user interaction. Okay, so yes, it will start your tinker event loop, and in the last we will initialize your calculator, means we will call our function which is init underscore calculator. Okay, so yes, this is your code of your basic calculator. First you have to import all the necessary libraries, then you have to initialize your calculator function. Okay, this is your function for initializing. You have to set title, then you have to change the icon part, then you have to load the icon bitmap here, then you have to set the geometry, then you have to load the background images here, and this is for placing your background image, and this is your entry and grid layout, and this is your for loading your images file, and these are the functions for click, add, subtraction, division, multiplication, equal, and clear. And then you have to define your buttons. Then you have to use this to create and place each button in the grid layout. Then you have to make this for keeping your reference to your images. And last, rt.main loop is for starting your tinker event loop. Okay, then you have to initialize your calculator. So this is your basic calculator by using the GUI, okay, which is graphical user interface. So by running it, see, this is you'll get. So in this is your size of your calculator by using the geometry function. This is your title, which is basic calculator. This is your icon file, and this is your background file, which is green color, and this is your number file which you load. Okay, that you loaded. So this is your image, this is your number buttons images. Okay, so and this is your label. Okay, this is your label in which you will type the number and it will store your number and operation. Then you can type your second operation. Okay, so here This is your basic calculator. This is how you can create your basic calculator. So if you want any calculation, you can type your first number. This is your first number. Then you have to click on any operations. This is your multiplication. It will going to be empty. Then you have to means your first number and your operation type is stored in the background. Okay. Now you have to mention the second number. Then you have to use equal sign. So here is your result. Okay, this is your second. After clicking on equal sign, result is generated. Okay, and by clicking on the clear function, all the stored number and operation will going to be deleted from your basic calculator. Okay, again you can use your basic calculator for another calculation. Okay, so here is your result, and after clicking on clear, all the things will going to be deleted. Okay, so this is how your basic calculator will work, and this is how you have to make your basic calculator by using the GUI interface, by using the Tinker library and PIL library. Okay, so I hope your task 4 is very